So it turns out that out of nowhere, Project Treasure has been revealed with a new name. So as you may remember from last year's E3 in 2014, there was a small little game from Namco Bandai that was revealed for the Wii U during Nintendo's press conference, which was called Project Treasure. And at the time, we really didn't see pretty much anything from it. It was a game that seemed to have a pretty decent premise, but we saw no gameplay, no clips, no pictures or concept art. It was just presented to us as far as just a concept, some sort of free-to-play online cooperative treasure or kind of item hunting sort of loot-based game. The prospect was interesting, even though it's hard to get excited about something when you don't see anything else related to it as far as gameplay or photos or characters or anything. The fact that it was going to be something from a well-known team, Namco Bandai, just coming off of, or getting ready to wrap up, I should say, at that time, just getting ready to wrap up work with Nintendo on Super Smash Bros. Of all things, huge franchise. And, it certainly seemed like there was an interesting prospect there, but again, we knew nothing about it. Sometime around the new year, at this point, going back now 6, 7, 8 months, I know that there was a Japanese trailer for the game that actually showed a good chunk of gameplay from the game. It's still pretty early. It really just showed some, semi-realistic yet Japanese-looking character models running around what looked kind of like the inside of a pyramid kind of sort of area, some sort of Egyptian ruin. And they were just, using a bunch of different weapons and just fighting a couple things. And that's kind of it. It really didn't give us too much context. And again, it looked fairly rough. Well, today we randomly get the reveal alongside of a brand new trailer of the game Project Treasure and its brand new title, which is Lost Reavers. So all in all, I think this news is pretty cool. It's a game that I really didn't think about too much. And in these waning years of the Wii U, coming off of this year's E3 and, worries and thoughts about what's happening in 2016 for the Wii U and beyond. Will the NX actually be coming out next year? Will the NX actually spell the doom of the Wii U? And with not a lot of titles we know of to look forward to after 2015, it's like, what's really going on the system? But then this game just comes back out of nowhere and, revealed, re-revealed, and reconfirmed, I should say, to still be coming for the Wii U. I believe in 2016, no confirmation on the date yet. They pretty much just say coming soon. But you'd have to think that this game is going to be coming out next year in 2016. And the new title is very interesting, Lost Reavers. There's not a lot being confirmed about why the title changed. Again, the new trailer, which I'm going to link in the article below, I didn't want to actually post the gameplay of it in this video, unfortunately, because it's so new and fresh and it's from the Japanese Nintendo page. There's a bunch of issues with that. So I figured I would just link it below for you guys, in case you hadn't seen it. And I mean, it's awesome looking. I'm not going to lie. It looks like it's pretty cool. I'm not super thrilled about the fact that it's a free-to-play experience. I typically don't want anything to do with those. Because this is going to be a rare form for Nintendo and for the Wii U and maybe one of the last, exclusive third-party experiences on the system, I'm going to support it. Also because it doesn't cost any money to get involved, obviously. But I really, you know me, I would have been more excited if this was just, a $40 to $60 retail game. Just make it that way, just like I want with everything, even the Fatal Frame controversy recently, And this is the kind of thing, unlike with Fatal Frame, where, as I said with that game, it's like, hey, we didn't even know we'd get this game, so I'm just happy that it's coming in any form. It's kind of a unique scenario. This is a situation where I wish that this game was just straight up coming in a retail form, and it kind of sucks it isn't. But it's also not designed to be that way. It is designed from the ground up to be a free-to-play kind of experience. So I guess we're going to see how that part plays out. It's basically just left me curious. The Japanese trailer shows a bunch of gameplay. Visually, the game has been polished immensely. I will say that the animations don't look awesome. Actually, they kind of look crappy, the animations. The effects don't look great, and the environments look okay at best. However, the character models and the textures look awesome. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. The monsters and the enemies look great. There's a lot of action, a lot of characters using swords and melee-type weapons, a lot of characters using guns, shotguns, machine guns. First person, third person, big monsters, small enemies, and you're running into different rooms. There's a small little description that was translated, actually, about the game coming from this new trailer. And what it says is, players are tasked with raiding different parts of the world with the hopes of finding treasure known as relics. So whatever that mechanic means, relics are something that's important for you to find in the world, and they probably help you with leveling up or finding new weapons or maybe even new characters, although there only seems to be 4 characters that are actually being featured in the game. It's going to be like a dungeon crawling, loot-based co-op game, and I think that's great. This is the kind of thing that I wish would kind of just, going back to the retail thing, this makes me think of the description of the gameplay, makes me think of what Champions of Norath or Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance were on the 6th generation, which were freaking amazing games. Kind of building off of what Diablo had done before, but making it way more action-oriented and specifically co-op. Oh my gosh, what I wouldn't give for a game like that. And what sucks is that this game actually seems to be like that, actually almost exactly, except that it's free to play. And it's like, dude, guys, just give us a retail copy. Don't do free to play. I know that you're worried about the heavy monetary investment, but you know what? We've been buying games with our money before playing them for decades, since gaming has ever existed. So this whole new free-to-play thing, I know it's great for mobile, but please don't bring it into too many console experiences, man. That part just sucks. Like, I don't know why Namco didn't just say, hey, let's just make this game and sell it. Oh no, they need to make it a free-to-play thing. But hey, I mean, a good game can be a good game. I'm curious enough to try it. And like I said, because it's probably going to be one of the very last exclusive Wii U experiences, and because it's a third-party game, and because still content and gameplay-wise, it looks fun. I'm really hoping we get, excuse me, I'm really hoping that we get some sort of confirmation or showcase of how the gamepad might be used. If this game is actually taking advantage of the Wii U specific features like the gamepad, then I'll really be on board. I'll be even more excited. But as it stands, we don't really know any of that yet. The new trailer hasn't shown anything gamepad related, so I don't know if that's going to be the case. I would think so. I mean, if Namco is making this specifically for the Wii U, I mean, why wouldn't they want to say, well, let's make this using the gamepad. Let's make it a really unique game experience that people wouldn't normally see with this kind of genre. Not to mention the free-to-play aspect. I mean, obviously, what this all boils down to, like I've said a couple times, is we just need to wait and see. I'm going to wait and see. But I thought this was curious. Lost Reavers, we don't know anything else about what the title means. But it obviously seems to be something that, for all we know, is still meant to come out, be released, in probably most or all territories. I'm sure here in North America, we will be getting this game. I'd imagine at sometime next year, maybe in a Nintendo Direct before the end of the year or right after the new year. We'll get more information on it. If not, I'm sure at E3 next year we'll get some final solid confirmations and details about what's going on with the date and where it's coming out and all those good things. But I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about this? Was this kind of cool news for you to randomly get today? It was kind of the only piece of news I could find to talk about. I was glad that it was Nintendo related. It's something I didn't see coming at all. So that's always cool and kind of exciting. So I figured I would just run it by you guys, share my quick thoughts. Very curious. I'm not so much excited as I am curious, and keeping an open mind, really, just to kind of see what it's going to be like. I'm willing to try anything, especially if it's something that Nintendo works on exclusively with a third party. I've got to at least look into it. So I'm going to wait and see. What do you guys think? Thanks as always for tuning in, checking out the channel and my videos. Always appreciate your loyal viewership and fanship. And this is Rob of Rule of Two Review. I'll catch you guys next time on another video.